Assalamu alaikum. I am Mehrunisa. Chapter number 6, Solution. We are going to discuss today supersaturated solution, dilution of solution, types of solution and test yourself 6.1. Starting from what is supersaturated solution. Before going toward supersaturated solution, let's recall our concept regarding unsaturated and saturated solution. So here we are going to add sodium thiosulfate, a salt, in water. We will keep on adding the salt until the salt do not dissolve. So what do we call that type of solution? A saturated solution. At this point where all the salt is being dissolved, all the salt is being mixed in water, we call this point to be, this solution to be unsaturated. You can see all the salt is dissolved in water. But if the salt do not dissolve in water, it settles down. That point will be called as saturation point and the solution will be called as saturated. It means no more salt can be added after this point. So on mixing sodium thiosulfate in water, you can clearly see now the salt has started settling down. This point is called as saturation point and this solution is called as saturated. Why do we call it saturated? Because all the solvent has occupied the solutes. Now no more solute can be added. The solute will always settle down. So if we heat this solution, for example, at this point when we were preparing saturated solution, the temperature was 20 degree. If we increase the temperature from 20 degree, this settled solute will also start dissolving. Let's see. Here, in this video, you will see we are adding more salt to check at which point heating will also not dissolve the solute. So, a point will reach when even on heating the solute will not dissolve and that point will be called as supersaturation point and the solution will be called as supersaturated. The supersaturated solution will turn into crystals on cooling. As you can see, this solution will turn into crystals within minutes. So we use supersaturated solution for the crystals formation and also for the process of filtration. So you can see that from the bottom, because the temperature is being lowered, it is being cooled, the solution is turning into crystals. So what is supersaturated solution? The solution that contains more amount of solute as compared to the saturated solution. And how we made supersaturated solution? By heating the saturated one. See, all the solution has turned into crystals. So when we heat a saturated solution, what happens? It develops the capacity to dissolve more solute and because of that we call the solution it is supersaturated. For example, the saturation point of sodium thiosulfate is 20.9 gram, means if we add 20.9 gram of sodium thiosulfate in 100 centimeter cube of water at the temperature of 20 degree, the solution will be saturated. But if we add more than this amount, the solution will be supersaturated and at a different temperature. So, this is a beaker that contains water in it. We are adding sodium thiosulfate in it, a salt. Until and unless the salt dissolves, the solution will remain unsaturated. For sodium thiosulfate, if we add quantity 20.9 gram, less than 20.9 gram, for example 19.8, 19.2, 10.1, all of these salt will mix in water and we will call the solution to be unsaturated. But if we add 20.9 gram of salt in water, the salt will not dissolve. Some of the salt will start settling down. This solution now will be called as saturated. But if we heat this solution, this saturated one, now this salt will also dissolve. The salt which has settled down, it will also dissolve. And now if we add more salt in it, the salt will also dissolve. But still a point will reach when no more salt will be added, and that point will be called as supersaturation point. And why do we use this? For the formation of crystals. So this is really important for the formation of crystals and for the filtration process. Next is dilution of solution. We can classify the solution on the basis of how much amount of solute or solvent is present in it. So this is a sugar solution. One of these contain more water and one of these contain more sugar. So the solution that contains less amount of solute, it is called as dilute solution. And the solution that contains more amount of solute, that it is called as concentrated solution. If we take a reverse, in dilute solution there is more amount of water, and in concentrated solution there is less amount of water. So let's think, can we convert a dilute to a concentrated one or a concentrated to a dilute one? Yes, we can convert it. How? A dilute solution can be converted into concentrated one by adding more solute. Similarly, we can convert the concentrated back to dilute by adding more water. So these solutions, they are interchangeable. Next is different types of solutions on the basis of their phases. First is when we mix two gases or two or more than gases, we get a solution which is gas in gas solution, such as when we mix hydrogen and helium together in the weather balloons, the mixture is called as gas in gas solution. Weather balloons, these. So it contains hydrogen and helium, a mixture, a homogeneous mixture, and this solution is gas in gas solution. Similarly, if we add gas in liquid, we will call this to be gas in liquid solution, such as in carbonated drinks, carbon dioxide is added in the liquid, and we call this to be gas in liquid solution. Can we add gas in a solid? Yes. Seriously? Yes. Hydrogen is a gas. Palladium is a solid. As you can see, this is a solid palladium rod. Palladium has the capacity to dissolve a gas, to absorb a gas. So palladium can absorb hydrogen, and that is why it is used in the hydrogen filtration systems. So this is a gas in solid solution, because when hydrogen gets dissolved by palladium, we cannot differentiate between palladium and hydrogen. So this homogeneous mixture is gas in solid solution. Next is liquid in gas. When air vapors get mixed up with air, when the water vapors get mixed up with air, we call this to be liquid in gas solution, such as in case of fog, in case of mist, water vapors get mixed with air, and this is liquid in gas solution. Liquid in liquid solution. When we mix two liquids together, we call it to be liquid in liquid solution, such as when we mix alcohol and water, both are liquid. When we mix them, we get a homogeneous mixture, and which is liquid in liquid solution. Liquid in solid. In the formation of you can see cheese and butter, we use liquid in solid solutions. Solid in gas. The dust particles when mixed up with air or smoke, we call it solid in gas solution, because the dust particles which are solid mix up with gas, air particles or smoke, the solution is solid in gas solution. And if we add something solid such as sugar in water, which is a liquid, the solution, a homogeneous solution, will be formed, which is solid in liquid solution, a homogeneous mixture. Solid in solid. When the different types of solids mix up together, they form solid in solid solutions, such as these are opals, the colored stones, also the alloys such as brass and bronze, that are made up of different types of elements that are combined together, and this is solid in solid solution. So we can make different types of solution, we just have to focus on its homogeneity. If we can make a homogeneous mixture, and we will call that to be a solution. No matter it is a gas, no matter it is a solid, no matter it is a liquid, we can make a solution. So let's move toward the test yourself. Why is a solution considered mixture? So why do we call it mixture? Because the components of the solution, they can be separated by physical means. We can separate the components by simple physical means. It shows the properties of its components. How? If we drink a sugar solution, can we taste the sweetness of sugar? Yes. So it shows the properties of its components. It has variable composition. We can change the composition of a mixture or a solution. We can add more sugar in a dilute one. We can add less water in a concentrated one. So we can make its composition different as our requirement. So that is why we call solution a mixture, a homogeneous mixture. So distinguish between the following pairs. Which one of these is compound and which one of these is solution? So first one is water and salt solution. So it's simple. Water is a compound and salt solution is a solution. Vinegar and benzene. It is tough. Vinegar is a solution. It is the acetic acid mixed with water, while benzene is a compound. Carbonated drinks and acetone. It's an easy one. Carbonated drinks such as Coca-Cola, Sprite, all of these contain carbon dioxide compressed in it. So it is a solution, while acetone, it is a compound. What is the major difference between a solution and a mixture? So the major difference is mixture can be homogeneous, mixture can be heterogeneous. It can exist in more than one phase. While solution, it is always homogeneous. It always have one phase. Why the alloys are considered solutions? Alloys, the mixture of different types of elements together, such as brass and bronze. Brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. So the mixtures that are homogeneous in nature, they will be called as solutions. Dead Sea is so rich with salts that it forms crystal when temperatures lowers down. We know that a supersaturated solution will always form crystals when the temperature lowers down. Can you comment why it is called Dead Sea? Because no life can exist in this. It contains such a large amount of salt that no life can bear this large amount of salt. If we try to add some living thing into this Dead Sea, they will be dead within seconds. So that is why we call this sea to be Dead Sea. So today we learned what is supersaturated solution. Dilution of solution, a dilute one which contain more water, a concentrated one which contain less water. Different types of solution, which may be gas in liquid, gas in solid, gas in gas, in liquid in gas, liquid in solid, all of these. And we learned Test Yourself 6.1. Alright students, our topic for today ends here.